Hey guys, it's Mr. CSI New York Fan 1000. I know it's been about 3 months since I made my last video, but I'm making my video now on February 5th, 2011. In other words, the last day before the kickoff of Super Bowl 45, which is the Steelers and the Packers, two teams that are not strangers to the Super Bowl. So I thought it would be appropriate if I had a top 10 Super Bowls, my opinion. Coming in at number 10, it's the New York Jets versus the Baltimore Colts. Now, I know this game wasn't very exciting. I don't know if anyone's been alive to see that game in person or on TV. I wasn't, but seeing the highlights, it was a pretty boring game. But the meaning behind the game was big, and that's why it's coming in the top 10. Joe Namath guaranteeing victory. Broadway Joe, as they called him, and still do. Johnny Unitas was hurt in the game, but the Colts were still like 18-point favorites or whatever. And the Colts were dominant the whole year, but that game, anything that could have gone wrong went wrong for them. And they lost the game 16-7. And a good fact about that game, Joe Namath was the MVP, but he's the only MVP at the QB position, and not throw a touchdown pass in that game. Coming in at number 9 was a very high-scoring game, but it didn't start that way. The Carolina Panthers versus the New England Patriots. Now, I know this is a season right after the Patriots beat the Rams, which I'll talk about next. But now I'm going to talk about this game, the Panthers and Patriots. It was a low-scoring game. First half, but just exploded for points in the third and fourth. As Rich Eisen said, both teams went up and down the field. It was just a matter of who's going to have the ball last. Go figure. Tom Brady and Adam Vinatieri and the Patriots had the ball last. Vinatieri, he missed the first field goal attempt he had. The next one is blocked. A lot of pressure on him, but that's what separates the good from the great. He got it in, won his team the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year. They beat the Panthers 31-29. Coming in at number 8, it was worst Super Bowl, good Super Bowl, bad for me, and one who's a Ram fan. Now I know there's this, no one knows if it's true or not, but spying on the Rams. If it is, I'm torn that Belichick and them would actually do it. If it's not, then they deserve the victory because they look pretty good. They look amazing. Tom Brady and his 11-5 Patriots coming in, playing the 14-2 Rams. No one give them a chance. But at halftime, people were thinking, hey, maybe the Patriots are going to win this game. The Rams came back to tie it at 17, but left too much time for Tom Brady. This game started a dynasty for them. They won in the last second field goal by Vinatieri, 20-17. Coming in at number 7, Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers take on John Elway and the Denver Broncos. This was a close game. I know a lot of people might say this doesn't belong there, but it does. It was a good game. Good battle. Terrell Davis gets a migraine, but comes back in. John Elway doing a helicopter dive, showing how much those Broncos wanted it. And John Elway's getting old. He was, 37, 38 at the time. And for him to dive like that, and he got the MVP. His Broncos won 31-24. It was a good Super Bowl. At number 6, it's the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. This game was all Bengals in the beginning. But in the end, Joe Montana pulled out a huge comeback. He rallied his team for 14 points, and a lot of people call it the drive. Joe Montana identifying Jerry Rice, surprisingly. Don't know who he found actually. I'm not a big 49ers fan because of course I'm a Ram fan. But they deserved that Super Bowl and they got it. They won 20-16. Coming in at number 5 again, it's the Colts. This time, they come out with the victories. The Colts and the Cowboys. And again, Super Bowl I wasn't alive for, and it doesn't really have as big of a meaning as Super Bowl 3. But I know one thing about it. It was 13-13, and the Colts kicked a field goal at the end to win 16-13. That's about all I know. But these next 4 I can explain pretty well, one of which is the New England Patriots and the New York Giants. This is a great game, not just because of the records of the teams. The Giants were, I think, 10-6. The Patriots were 18-0, 16-0, they won their 2 playoff games. Going in, trying to be the first 19-0 team. Everyone thought they would, except for the New York Giants and their fans. They gave it to the Patriots. They're actually they had to make a drive at the end. They did it. No one will forget David Tyree's amazing catch on the helmet, but for that to happen, Eli Manning had to escape a sack, which he did. The Giants deserved the game. It was a tight game. Eli Manning got the MVP, and they won 17-14. Next one again is the Giants. This time it's the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills. Now this game, it symboled a lot, just like Super Bowl 36 did with the Rams. That one was after 9/11. This one was like the Gulf War or something. And a good meeting and a good game with it. Jim Kelly, they were expected to win. They had a great team. Again, the Giants were the underdogs, and again they won. But a lot of people would say that the Bills deserved to win, but Parcells kept the ball away from Jim Kelly. The Bills only had like 20 minutes with the ball, but they had it on the last seconds. And the Bills kicker shanked the kick, and they lost 20-19. Great game. Coming in at number 2, it's a recent Super Bowl, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Arizona Cardinals. This game, I watched it at my aunts and uncles, and boy, was it exciting. It was a slow start for both teams, mainly the Cardinals. No one will forget Harrison's pick at the 2, and then he returned it 98 yards or something for a touchdown. Fitzgerald tackled him on the 1, but he fell into the end zone. It was a touchdown. But then the Cardinals, Kurt Warner and Fitzgerald, they combined for 2 touchdowns in the second half. They had the lead 23-20, and people were thinking, wow, this 9-7 team might just get it done. But Ben Roethlisberger found Santonio Holmes for a legendary catch that will go down forever in Pittsburgh Steelers history, and they won 27-23 behind Santonio Holmes, who was the MVP of that Super Bowl. And number 1, the St. Louis Rams and the Tennessee Titans. Now, don't just say I put this at number 1 because I'm a biased Ram fan. I am not. But this game had everything. It had 2 great teams. It had suspense. It wasn't high scoring. 23-16 points were put on the board. But at half, it was only 9-0 Rams. It was all Rams the first half. But the Titans exploded for 16 unanswered points to tie the game up at 16. But it only took the Rams one play, a 73-yard bomb from Warner to Bruce to put them up. But that wasn't the most exciting part of the game. It was when Steve McNair hit a slant to Kevin Dyson. Mike Jones peeled at the last second, tackled him at the 1. So if a Super Bowl, which Kurt Warner threw for over 400 yards, and the losing team fell short by a yard, doesn't belong at number 1. I don't know what does. There was a lot of great Super Bowls. I think I got most of them. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Good luck, Steelers and Packers. Go Packers.